Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. You watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Knox Zero 2 Mark II glove, available at RevZilla.com. Zero 2 Mark II. Knox, we're going to let you slide. Let's just move on. Now, naming is a little confusing, but know that this is the second iteration of the Zero 2 glove. And what you need to know is that this glove is actually a rock-solid 2-season cold and wet weather glove under the $200 mark. Now, out of the gates, you're going to look at it and say, wow, that's pretty beefy. It is absolutely beefy. It has 115 grams of Primaloft insulation. It has a bonded, out-dry, waterproof, breathable layer. It is a mix of Pittard's goat as well as cowhide, and there's even a kangaroo palm coupled with the Scaphoid protection. So ultimately, technically, from a protection standpoint, this is a very high-end glove. The only thing that you might say, what is it missing if I called it out? I might say, great to see a Gore-Tex version of it, but ultimately that would push it over the $200 mark. And I might actually look at it and say, you know what, it's a little bit bulky, maybe they could refine it. But I don't think you can really refine the bulk on a 2-season extreme cold weather glove. I think you're kind of stuck with the bulk. The best you can do is manage it. And that is one of the reasons they've done that kangaroo palm, by giving more tactile feel as well as decreasing the width of the leather even ever so slightly and making it a little bit thinner here in the palm while not trading off abrasion resistant. Now, quick note on fitment. If I use the Knox size chart, it puts me squarely in an extra large. I typically wear a large in an Icon, I wear a large in a First Gear, I wear a large in a Revit. So I consider myself an American cut large, an XL when you get Euro. That's okay, the size chart is consistent. This glove is no different. And again, remember, there's a multitude of layers on the inside of this glove. We have our waterproof breathable liner, you have your bulkier Primaloft, which again is a synthetic thermal fill, again to fight Mother Nature's cold and really allow you to dip into the temperature range. But all in, I'm not really complaining on the fit scheme. You might say the thumb gets a little bulky, but they have to do what they have to do to make sure they can get everything into this glove, because when you're riding at speed in 35 degrees and you don't have the heated grips going, you might say, I'm quite happy with some of the bulk that's cutting through some of the wind and allowing me to ride stronger a little bit longer. Now, keep in mind, we'll ship free over 39 bucks, and I'd love it if you click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments or questions, your feedback on the Zero 2 Mark II. Again, love to hear your gut reaction. So if we dive in, there was a previous version of this glove, and that was the Zero 2 Mark I. And the three big changes are really as follow, and they are minor. The first change we like, and that's adding a touch tech finger. We wish we got a thumb as well, but that multi-touch finger allows you to then use it with an iPhone or Android device. The second change is better for wet weather riding, which this glove is going to see a ton of. And they got rid of the silicone grip panels, and we stuck with Pittard's Armor Tan, or it's actually Pittard's Goat rather, up here on the finger, and that's going to be a better abrasion resistant material made of goat leather from Pittard's. What that's going to do is hold up better when it's wet out. And the third change is a comfort change, which I'm actually a big fan of. They took this knuckle that looks exactly the same as the previous version, and instead of having it be a hard TPU, they went with a softer TPR. So you still get the shock absorption layer across the knuckle. It still floats, it's on a secondary panel, but it works a little bit better with you, considering there was already some bulk in this glove. Now they've added some flex to the knuckle. So again, three big changes, stepping the glove forward, allowing you to stay still under the $200 mark with this really 2-season cold weather juggernaut. Now, working back to front, let's start with the cuff. Again, you have your goat skin and a mixture of cowhide. You're going to have your 3 raised areas that are going to be this EVA foam for a little bit of ulnar protection. We like that. It works. It's a big enough cut to go over your jacket. Moving into the wrist. Actually, really, Buzzsaw and I talked about this feature. We really like what they've done here. It's a soft neoprene that allows for a lot of flex, but then they've given it a little bit of structure and rigidity by bonding this TPR to it. So it adds some style, adds a little bit of rigidity, but it still stays flex. I actually think that more glove manufacturers should go this direction. This is one of the best back of the hand executions that we've seen, both from a style and function standpoint. I think that Knox has really nailed it here. Moving our way into the knuckle, again, secondary floating panel, you have that TPR. Again, there's some additional protection behind that knuckle and on the top of the hand. Again, allowing it to float and allowing that even little bit of stretch right there allows the glove to work around you, and it's not going to additionally pull as you're working your controls. Especially important when you have a glove that does have some heft to it. It's not a single layer leather 3-season hot weather glove. This is a bulkier 2-season cold weather glove. Moving into the fingers, elastication mid-digitally, coated TPUs in the knuckle. You have that Pitard's leather, which again is beefed up and more abrasion resistant and is going to hold up better when it's wet all the time. One of the things we love, there's a ton of reflective on this glove, thumb and 3 out of 4 fingers. And you can see on the pinky here where they've captured the outseam. They've done that quite well. We're going to show that in a second. Moving into our thumb, more elastication base of the thumb. You have another dot of TPU. And then on the left side, you do have your visor wiper. Honestly, one of the few things I could docket points for on this glove is I've seen Revit do this really well. Inside of the little finger, they'll do a fleece piece here. Snot wiper. Love the snot patch here in case your nose is running. It's really cold. On this glove, there's no great place if you have to wipe your nose without taking your glove off. Again, just a thought, Knox, as you move forward, again, it is a feature stolen from snowboarding that plays really well in moto, especially when you're gearing towards cold weather. Moving into the palm of the hand, kangaroo. I haven't seen anybody do a cold weather kangaroo glove. Again, eliminating bulk. And remember, your waterproof breathable out-dry is bonded to the leather here, so it doesn't slide around on the inside. The only thing that's going to make this glove feel a little bit beefier is going to be that 115 grams of Primaloft, but we already talked about that. You want it in this glove. This isn't fall, winter, spring. This is mid to late fall, winter, early spring. That's the seasonality range. It's really 2.5 seasons on this glove. Moving in, we see Pitard, crook of the hand control patch, Pitards on your hook fingers, again, for working your controls. Your levers are going to be wet. These are going to hold up better than the silicone grip panels. Outseam protection, rock solid, dually stitched, capturing the entire outseam, guarding against a low side crash. And if we look at the base of the thumb, heel of the hand, full Knox Scaphoid for touring. Again, adding enough protection to raise it. It's going to dampen some vibration. It's going to make sure you protect those small bones of the hand if you go down and put your palms out. People don't wear beefy enough gloves, and they don't expect the shock going into the hands and wrist if you happen to get off. Your hands are one of the first things to touch down. Now, if we look, we do have a dual strap here. Goes up along the side. It's covered by the wrist strap, keeping it on your hand, and there is a water-resistant zip expansion panel. Kind of hard to do with one hand. I'm not going to reach up and bite it, but that allows you to open it up. That zipper garage, if you need even more coverage or even more room, you have more room there. One of the other things I am going to gripe about with this glove as I take a look at it, I wish there was the ability to cinch this down a little bit further. Again, if you're going over top of your jacket cuff, this zipper is great for expanding, but there's no way to really lock it in and get that great dual gauntlet protection by cinching it down. That could be a way in which they could improve this glove for the longer haul. Remember, 2-season, cold weather, waterproof, insulated, juggernaut. It's not Gore-Tex. It doesn't have the ability to cinch, and ultimately I'd like to see that TouchTech thumb, but overall, glove for dollar is, in our opinion, one of the better options on the market, coming in under the $200 mark if you don't specifically need some of the functions that are nuanced, but they did leave out. Now, the next step in your journey is click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page for the Zero 2 Mark II at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews. You shouldn't just take our word for it. As always, we'll ship free over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion of the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.